What's up, everybody? Cannon Hotep back at it again with the work grift. Today is Thursday, August 4th, 2022. Damn. Brittney Griner sentenced to 9 years. Brittney Griner sentenced to 9 years in a Russian penal colony. They done threw the book at her. I guess giving her ass 6 months off. I think it was 9.5 years. Giving her ass 6 months off must have been their leniency. Damn. So her lawyer said he planned to appeal. They're saying that the trade isn't off the table, but the fact that Russia ain't took the trade deal kind of seems a bit bleak for old Brittney. What's up, Natasha? What's up, Natasha? It seems a little bleak for old Brittney. That they ain't took the trade deal yet. But the prosecutors and the judge in Russia sentenced Brittney Griner to 9.5 years in a penal colony in Russia. What's up, Jay? Man, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her and I don't feel bad for her. You know, like, it sucks. You know, but on one hand, it's like you always saying you hate America, you hate this, blah, 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 blah. You know, and you talking about you starting to love being, Russia and all this other shit. And now, they done threw the book at you for weed oil. You know what I mean? Like, you right, Natasha, I can't imagine a Russian jail, bro. Let alone 9 years. She's 31 years old, right? So, she played for the WNBA here in America, and on the off season, she played for a Russian team for some Russian oligarch that was paying her $1 million a year to play for them. I found it odd that I'm like, damn, your Russian oligarch ain't have no pull to get you up out of there? Like, shit. Unless the United States fucked that Russian oligarch over during those sanctions. Remember, all those countries and stuff, including the United States, was repoing property from Russian oligarchs. Maybe the oligarch that she was playing for was one of them Russian oligarchs, and he had a bad taste in his mouth, and he didn't go to bat for her. That could be it. Nevertheless, she went and they found weed. They found hashish oil or whatever it is in her bag. And in Russia, that's just a controlled substance. That shit is a narcotic in their opinion. So she been in jail for 6 months already, right? Now, when she went to jail, this Russia-Ukraine shit wasn't really happening like that, right? There was some posturing here and there, but it wasn't at full scale on, you know what I mean? But as the shit happened, as the shit started going on, I think personally she became a political prisoner at that point. Especially when the United States and the UN started sanctioning and repoing oligarch shit. You know what I mean? Jay Pollen says, now old Donnie T gonna have to rescue another one, 2024. Maybe. Could you imagine if Donnie T inserted himself in this issue and he was able to go get Shorty in spite of the Ukraine-Russia conflict and in spite of all the shit that the UN been pulling against Russia and Joe Nicholslick? Bruh, that's instant election. That's instant election, I'm telling you. I bet every black person in America go vote for Donnie T at that point. They recognize that shit. Because she's the really only nationally known black person that is being wrong. I'm not even going to say wrongfully detained in another country because she broke the law of the other country. Come on, let's just keep it a buck. She broke the law. Yeah. Weed oil and shit like that here is just a misdemeanor or whatever it is. If it is a misdemeanor, I don't even think it is anymore. You know what I mean? But you in another country, shorty. You gotta move different when you in other countries. I say this all the time. I always point to Singapore. You can't even chew gum in Singapore. If they catch you chewing gum or some shit like that, they will cane you. They would cane you. You feel me? Like, like Otto Warmbier, remember that kid? He ripped off a poster in a train station in North Korea. He came home in a body bag. They sentenced him to 10 years hard labor, came home in a body bag. LeVar Ball's son and his friend shoplifting in China. They was about to give them boys 10 years hard labor if it wasn't for Donnie T. Right? These other countries ain't fucking around. See, that's the thing. These celebrities and these athletes think they got this privilege, right? Because they're celebrities and they do all the bread and circuses and shit like that, right? You know. But when you get to another country, they don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? She found out the hard way. She found out the hard way. She found out the hard way. They didn't even give her any relief by not letting her be in a jail cell during the hearing. She was still in a jail cell in the back of the courtroom. That shit is crazy. Yeah, Jay, you think he should run on that though? He could. I don't know. But the thing about it is, right? If he inserts himself and he's no longer an elected official, what's that shit they tried to get him on before, or they tried to get General Flynn on? What's that act where you can't like direct any foreign affairs if you're a citizen? The Mumford is not the Mumford. What the fuck am I talking about? The Logan Act. The Logan Act. If he does that, they're gonna say, "Oh, he violated the Logan Act" and shit like that. You know what I mean? He violated the Logan Act. Meanwhile, all these people out here violating the Logan Act. John Kerry and them. You know what I mean? Kayak Dog said, if I were Griner's family, I would reach out to Trump and ask for help. Joe Ham Sandwich says, maybe Joe Nicholslick will get her out right before the midterm. Jay says, the left will be furious if he gets her out. They're going to have a million excuses and not even run the story. They're going to bury it. Yeah, if he gets that done. I'm telling y'all, the Logan Act, they'll try to say that he violated the Logan Act. And Natasha said, and Singapore has no crime. I ain't trying to get beat to death with a fucking cane. You know, Kayak Dog says, so true. I lived in Ryder for 5 years. They open your luggage with a huge knife if you're too slow opening it. Damn. Griner bringing in drugs to Russia was so stupid. Hold on, y'all.
Hey, buddy, it's over. You can go.
Good to go?
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Just sitting downtown. They was loading one of my trailers. Y'all can see it in the back. They was loading one of my trailers and stuff like that, so they saying I can dip. Let me see. Griner bringing in drugs to Russia was stupid. Yeah. She'll be used as a political pawn for both sides. There'll be no rush to get her out. That's facts, Kamar. What's up, Kamar? Daniel in the building. Auntie Call says, man, he found, yeah. Go said rest in peace. Damn. You think she gonna go the way of the dodo, bro? John Kerry was talking with Iran while Trump was in office. Yeah, and he was violating the Logan Act, but they never went after him for that. But they kept trying to go after Trump for General Flynn for violating the Logan Act, even though General Flynn was the incoming national security advisor, right? That's shit crazy to me. Right? But yeah, so she been sentenced to 5 years, bro. I mean, 9.5 years for some weed vape. See, the thing is, even remember, give me a second. Let me move these cones, and I'm gonna get right back with y'all. Hold on. Like I said, it's the work grift. But 9.5 years, yo. But like I said, like, remember when she, I think it was an article saying that she was saying they didn't even read me my rights. They didn't even read me my rights. That's how you know the cognitive dissonance and that privilege is real. They didn't even read me my rights, is what she said. They ain't got no Miranda rights in Russia. Like I said, you got to move differently when you're in other countries. You got to know the laws. What's going on, Knox? You got to know the laws, right? You got to know the laws of these other countries. You can't just go all willy-nilly, and then when something happens, you go, oh, but I wasn't aware of that law, or oh, I didn't know, oh, but I'm American, right? That's not how that shit works. They don't care. They don't care. They're not going to give you any leniency. You know what I mean? You know, and a lot of people be finding out the hard way, man. A lot of people be finding out the hard way. That's the sad part. You know, and I'm sad that she got to find out this way, you know, but on the other hand, now she's starting to realize how good America was to her. You know, she can speak out against the government and not be arrested. She can have weed oil, like they were saying. They were trying to make an argument. Said, well, she has a license, you know, from her doctor, or a note from her doctor for this oil. They don't give a fuck about that over in Russia. Is it a Russian doctor? Was it a Russian approved doctor that gave her this license? No. Oh, it was an American doctor? Okay, so what? She's still breaking the law. You know, it's rough. You know, and people are all upset and they want justice for Brittney. And it's like, yo, justice system over in Russia ain't the same as the justice system here in America. People got to remember that. And people, that's the thing. People don't understand. Like, you got to move differently when you in another country. That's the fucking moral of the story. That's the moral of the story. Period. That's the moral of the story. You can't be in somebody else's country acting like your laws and your rights carry over, because they don't. They don't. And she found out the hard way. It didn't matter if she was a celebrity over here in America. You know, it didn't matter if she was a fucking basketball star in Russia. Nah. Shit. You think you was a nigga in America, Brittney? Woo! I guess you about to find out how much a nigga you are in Russia. You know, and that's what it is. That's what it is, and it's sad. You know what I mean? Damn. 9.5 years, yo. The book at Shorty. Now, like I said, her lawyers, they said they're going to appeal it. They said, well, the United States found that, you know, they ruled that she was wrongfully detained. United States courts don't matter in this situation. The United States courts don't matter in this situation, and they don't understand that. Like, you know, they do not matter. You know, the United States can rule that she was this and she was that all they want. All that matters is the rule of law, if there's some rule of law in Russia. That's it. That's all that matters. Period. Period. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Natasha, all that shit go by the wayside. When you cross into another country, all that shit go by the wayside. You know what I mean? And like looking at her in the, you know, in the little fucking, they had her, the optics of that shit. They had her in a cage. She was in the courtroom in a cage, yo. What's up? Steph said he told us. He said that he wasn't coming home. Jimmy Dawes says he tried to go to places that are not friendly to things that he likes, simply because he don't want the hassle. He's right. You know, if you know a country's gonna be volatile, you know, try to stay away from that shit. Right? You know, I wouldn't be traveling to Iran or, you know, fucking Haiti. Or I wouldn't be traveling to fucking Somalia or some shit like that. Any country that you know got some beef, it was the relationship between that country and America is unstable. I wouldn't be going there. You know, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I would advise against it. You know, just like when, the United States was telling their employees like, yo, don't travel south of the border. Don't go to Mexico right now. Shit ain't safe. You know what I mean? Shit ain't safe. You know, that's just how it is. But if you're gonna do that, you better have all your fucking ducks in a row. You know, you gotta have all your fucking ducks in a row. I guess she said that she was packing in a haste and she packed it by mistake. You know what I mean? She admitted to packing it. So some people are saying, what if it was planted on her? Yo, she admitted. The minute she said that she was guilty, it was a wrap. She's admitting to a felony, I guess would be the equivalent to what Russia would call it. And apparently she did it on the advice of the president. Talking about if you admit that you're guilty, you could get leniency from the judge. Kayak Dog said Brittney needs to learn Russian and offer to teach kids ball. They could have her busting rocks in Siberia. That's true. I do believe Dodger Bird going to happen. This is Russian prison with real men, hard men. Again, RIP. Damn. Be dumb at your own peril. Damn. Steph's a see you in the 30s. God damn. What up, Luke? What up, Cannon? She thought the Constitution was a racist document. Right. Told y'all Griner not coming home. Yeah. She thought that shit was a racist document. Now she learned that her Constitution don't mean shit over there in another country. Right? These laws and shit like that that we got, this leniency we got, these rights we got, you gotta hold them dear. You know what I mean? Stop listening to these fucking woke leftists talking about the Constitution doesn't support or recognize people of color and da 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 da. Because when you get in Brittney Griner's position, you start to realize real quick the privileges that you had here. The grass ain't greener on the other side all the time, people. You know what I mean? The grass ain't greener on the other side. You know, you want to leave America for another country. Like, this goes to any place. You know, Canada, fucking, I don't know, Costa Rica. It don't matter. Like, laws are different. Laws are different. Your American privilege does not carry over to those countries. I mean, you could see her look like she was sobbing or she was ready to break down when they fucking came down with that. You know, when they told her that she was gonna get that 10. She was gonna get that fucking that dime. Damn, 9 years. I guess 9.5. I guess they considered 6 of it, a lenient. Are we gonna let that 6 you spent in jail? We're gonna let that shit count as time served. But you gonna do this 9.5 though. My question is, does this whole trial get swept under the rug now by America, right? And they just leave her ass over there to rot for 10 years in a penal colony in Russia, or are they really gonna work hard to try to get her home? Right? That's my question. I'm interested to know if that's going to go down. I'm interested to know that. Like I said, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, you brought this on yourself. Anytime people, I don't care where you're going. I don't give a fuck if you're going to the Bahamas. The Dominican Republic. I don't give a fuck if you're going to England. You pick a country. I don't care how friendly that country is or how nice that country is. You break the laws. You got to know what you can and what you cannot do in those countries. You got to know what you can and what you cannot do in those countries. Period. You got to understand that, because you can end up in her situation. And you'll have the people going, well, clearly America doesn't care about black people because they didn't go to bat for her. No, you just got the wrong motherfucker in office. Like I said before, the person that they told y'all was the bad man was the guy that really had your best interest at heart. And the person that was supposed to quote unquote come and save America, is the one that was the real racist, the real bad man. And it's heartbreaking, you know, because I'm sure there's something that Donnie T probably could do. He probably could go get her. Who knows? You know, but I guarantee you if he did try to make a move like that, right, which would be a good political move, you know, it would be a great political move if he did try to do something like that, right? But they'd be like, he violated the Logan Act. We want him jailed for that. Because the Logan Act, even though no one's ever been prosecuted or convicted on the Logan Act, they'll find a way to convict him on that. You know, so it would be the sad part is it would be to a detriment to him, right? It'd be to the detriment of him to even insert himself in that situation. But damn, man. I hope she stays strong, though. I hope she stays strong. I don't even want to know what it's like in a Russian gulag, a Russian prison. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure the prisons here in America ain't you know, from, you know, I got a homeboy that called me, you know, on, you know, weekly that, you know, let me know how he holding up. You know, he been down for about, I think he been down for about 10. I think he been in for like 10 years. You know, he called me, let me know that he's staying up, he doing this, you know, he doing this thing in there, whatever. But that shit ain't easy. That shit ain't easy, bro. You know what I mean? That shit is not easy. You know, so imagine being in another country and, you know, and they put you in a penal colony. A penal colony. That makes me know that you gonna be doing some fucking hard labor. Stuff to the grass is white in Russia. Natasha said, don't ever fall for the just tell the truth. Shit is crazy, bro. What's up, Nicole? She said she would have been safer being a referee for boys and girls club than going to play over there. Your life is at risk every single day. That shit crazy. And that's in American prisons. Imagine Russian prisons, man. Damn. Like, when you just say the word Russian prison, that shit kind of put a chill down your spine. You know what I mean? I know at least it does for me. That shit put a chill down your spine. Like, Russian prison. Fuck. You know what I mean? Jeez. You know, but I hope she stay up, man. I hope she stays up. I hope she stays strong. You know what I mean? What's up, Viviana? Joe Rogan had a good take on this. Why do some people care so much about her? Because she can shoot a hoop. What about the people in here in the States for grass charges? Yeah. Yep. You got people that their third strike. Remember the 94 crime bill, people? You got people that their third strike was smoking weed. And they got life. Remember that 3 strike shit? They got life they had 2 strikes already and they was smoking some weed and they got 3 strikes. They got life in prison. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? You know, I know some people, you know, that got like 25 years or whatever for smoking weed as their 3rd strike. You know, some people was able to appeal it, some people wasn't. You know what I mean? But damn, Brittney, it's like, you know, and I had some optimism, but at the same time, I was right there with Steph. I'm like, yo, and you can go back to some of the streams that I did, you know. You go back to some of the streams I said, I kind of agree with Steph. I'm like, yo, I don't think she gonna come home. I hope she do, but I don't think she gonna come home. And I don't think Nickel Slick really give a fuck all that much. Be honest with you. I don't think Nickel Slick give a fuck all that much. They might let her ass sit over there till November, and they may miraculously make a what's the name and get her out of jail or some shit. Maybe. You know what I mean? They're not gonna create no international incident over her though. They're not gonna create no international incident over her, because at the end of the day, she's just a pawn. She's just a pawn in the political game, right? You know what I mean? She's just a pawn in the political game right now. Like I said, she got arrested before all that fucking Russia-Ukraine shit started happening. But the minute, shit started going south, the minute the UN started getting into it and NATO started getting into it, and they started sanctioning these oligarchs and shit, that was the minute I guarantee they looked at her like, you know what? We're about to make an example out of her. And they gonna hold her. She is now, she wasn't a political prisoner when she got arrested. She's a political prisoner now. You know what I mean? And I guarantee that had to have some kind of like say in this sentencing. Because they could have, like, I don't know, extradited her back to America. We find you guilty for the possession, blah blah blah. We sentence you here, but we're going to extradite you back to America. You know what I mean? Damn. 9.5 years, yo, for weed. But in Russia, weed is a narcotic. You know what I mean? Like, you hear us here, right? In America, we be like, damn, fucking kratom is a Schedule 3 or Schedule 2 or whatever it is. Like, kratom? You know what I mean? But not even weed. But it's a narcotic. It's a narcotic. And the fact that she pled guilty, the case at all. She pled guilty to having a narcotic, what Russia considers a narcotic. She pled guilty to bringing that shit in. You know what I mean? At that point, they didn't really need to build a case. Because when did she plead guilty? She pled guilty, like 3 weeks ago, maybe. That was an open and shut fucking case. You got, like I said, guys, this is a cautionary tale. The Brittney Griner story is a cautionary tale. You can't move like you move in America and other countries. You are. You know what I mean? Natasha says, I'm already going to either have a plan or refrain for that time period. That's not a choice to play with. Steph says, plus the timing is bad. Yeah. How you going to defame Russia for 7 years running in the media and think you really going to have the power to negotiate? Viviana says she going to Mexico soon. She triple checking her suitcase. I hear that. Triple check your suitcase. Like I said, y'all. You know what I mean? What's up? We got Sauce the Prophet in the building. What's the deal? Yeah. Like I said, guys, this Brittney Griner story, this is a cautionary tale. This is a story that you take and you tell your kids and tell your family members as, what's the word? A reminder. When traveling to other countries, you cannot move the way you move in America. Period. Whenever you're traveling to another country, know the laws of that country. Know what you can and can't do. Know what's, what they expect out of you. You know what I mean? All that ego and all that my rights and shit, throw that shit out the fucking window when you travel to another country. They can give a shit about your American rights. Know where where the American consulate is in each country that you travel to. Know where it is. Just in case you get in some trouble and you need to get there. These are things that you should know when you leave a country. When you leave here and go to another country. Let your family members know your itinerary when you go to another country. So just in case they don't hear from you, they got a good chance of finding you. Because it ain't the fucking court systems and it ain't the laws that you got to worry about all the time in these countries. It's the motherfuckers that live in that country too. You know, how many people that came up missing in like, you know, Mexico and all them other places who getting trafficked over in like fucking Italy and all those other countries over in not Italy, but like, you know, all those countries over in Europe where they trafficking people, right? You got to let your family know your itinerary. You know, check in with somebody every so often, and if you don't, you know, for a certain amount of time, they know to come looking for you. They know to come looking for you. You got to remember those things, people. You got to remember those things. Like I said, your rights and your freedoms that you get here in America, other countries don't get that. Other countries don't get that. Not every country got a Second Amendment. Not every country got the freedom of speech. Not every country got Miranda rights, if any. Demon that says, yep, people flaunting their U.S. passport like they can't do no wrong. That's the thing. That's the first thing I do prior to leaving is locate the U.S. Embassy. That's facts. You know what I mean? Yeah, yo, you can't, like, you don't have diplomatic immunity in these countries. Just because you're from America do not give you diplomatic immunity. And Brittney Griner found out the hard way. Because as much as you want to feel bad for her, right, as much as you want her to come home, as much as you want to believe that she made a mistake, right, as much as you want, you know, the Russian courts to have leniency over her, even if they fucking extradited her back to America saying you can no longer ever return back to Russia, right? No matter how much you want to believe that shit, she broke the law of that land. She broke the law of that land. She broke the law, so she gotta face the music. You know. Now me, I don't know. Like I think it was me and Jay who was on together. Like I said, I don't know if I pled guilty. I don't know if I would have pled guilty. Not to no fucking, I guess whatever's equivalent to a felony in Russia. I don't know if I would have been like, yeah, I plead guilty. Fucking guilty with an explanation like she fucking fighting a speeding ticket. I think that's the worst advice she could have got. Because now she had to battle uphill. She had to battle uphill. She had to battle uphill in the mud, in a rainstorm, with Crocs on. Is what the minute she pled guilty. The minute she pled guilty, she had to battle uphill in a rainstorm in the mud with Crocs. I don't know if y'all niggas ever tried to walk uphill in Crocs in the fucking mud. That shit is goddamn near impossible. You know, but hopefully she gets an appeal and maybe she can come home. Maybe they can work a deal where she found guilty, but they extradite her back to the United States. Maybe the Victor Boot shit goes through and they do a trade. But the fact that Russia ain't took that trade yet, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if that shit's gonna happen. You know what I mean? That's the sad part. You know, because they haven't took the bait yet. What's up, Monique? Monique says she's traveled overseas. Hold on, let me see something. Sorry, Monique. Let me get to this light. Y'all guys got me reading and driving and shit. I need to get like an iPad. I need to get a tablet or an iPad for when I stream in my truck so I can see the shit while I'm driving. My iPhone ain't fucking doing it. Hey, yo, we got 22 people in the building, yo. Let's get 22 likes up. Hit that like. It don't take, but 2 seconds. Monique says, I traveled overseas and as a tourist, it's best to adapt to rules in that country. And when talking to locals, don't talk about politics or religion. That's facts. They probably made her plead guilty so that they could do a prisoner exchange. Maybe. Probably told her if you plead guilty, you'll be home soon. Yeah, that's probably what happened, yo. That's probably what happened. That's probably exactly what happened. So, you said you sent me a picture. I'll check it out after this, Jay. But yeah, this shit is crazy, man. It's sad. To be honest, she do hope she comes home though. 9 years is gonna be rough. Yeah, especially not in your own country. 9 years, bro. Like maybe if she was in America, you know, she be in a women's prison and they be like, oh, it's Brittney Griner, and they hold her down for them 9 years. She in a country where they don't give a fuck about shorty. Ain't nobody holding her down over there. They may hold her down all right. Let me stop. But you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, guys, before I get out of here, let's recap. You can't move like you move in America and other countries. When you go to other countries, learn their laws, learn their customs. Like Monique said, don't be talking about politics and religion, because that shit can get you got in certain countries, right? Know where your U.S. embassy is. Give your itinerary to other family members so they know where you are if they don't hear from you, right? Because you don't get a phone call in other countries all the time. Understand that. I wouldn't count on that, right? What else? Keep your head on the swivel, because it ain't always the justice system that gets you. It could be some smugglers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Check your bags before you leave. So, for example, right? I know when I go to Vegas, right? I leave for Vegas, by the way, Hotep weekend coming up next week, starting August the 11th through the 13th. If you ain't got your tickets and you can make it, come, we're going to have some fun. Come shoot with me. Anyway, I know I'm going to carry my gun in Vegas, right? I'm going to carry my gun in Vegas. I'm going to make sure that I do everything the TSA say I need to do. I'm going to do everything the TSA say that I need to do to check and declare my gun. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that my carry-on luggage, right? My carry-on luggage is free and clear of any type of like gun paraphernalia. So I don't get on the fucking plane with it and they see it or some shit, or when I go through the TSA check and they fucking scan my bag, they don't see no fucking brass or some shit. You know what I mean? Because now they're using MRI scanners. You know what I mean? What's up, Elaine? Ken, is something going to pop off this weekend with Breonna Taylor charges? Woo! We're going to talk about that later. You know what I mean? But, like, you know, I told my dad that shit all the time, you know, because we go to D.C. a lot, and I got my carry permit for D.C. My father don't have his yet. And he be trying like, hey, if can I keep my bullet? No, you can't. Right? Sometimes I think D.C. is a whole nother country myself. I'm like, nah, bro, you can't have a bullet, else they're going to give you 5 off top. They don't give a fuck. If you got a bullet in your car and you don't have a registered gun in D.C., it's a problem, right? You know, he counts on me knowing the laws, the gun laws in each state that we border, just in case we got to go places. You know, so always be mindful, always be educated on where you're traveling at, people. Always be educated on where you're traveling at. Check your bags. Make sure you ain't got shit that if you even suspect that it might be a problem, don't do it. Yeah, Griner now, Breonna Taylor, it's crazy. But like I said, if you even suspect that it might be an issue, like for example, right? We going to Vegas. I'm going to declare my handgun because I carry my gun in Vegas, right? Because I can. I can carry in 36 states, right? We're going shooting. I want to bring my AR. But because of what happened in Vegas, you know, a couple years ago, even though I have the right to carry my gun, I bring my AR out there for the range, I'm not doing it. Because I don't want that, I don't feel like that smoke. I don't feel like having to justify that shit to the TSA. I don't feel like them fucking holding me up and I possibly miss my fucking my flight. I don't feel like getting to Vegas and then they check my shit and then I gotta fucking deal with the Vegas police and all that. I don't feel like dealing with it. Even though rightfully I can do it, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna bring that unwanted attention on myself. I'll carry my handgun because I can. But my AR and stuff like that, that shit gonna stay. It's gonna stay back. I'll just rent one from the fucking from the range or whatever. You know, and we'll go over it that way. But yeah, like I for a quick second, like, you know what, I'm gonna take my AR with me. And I was like, you know what, that's probably not a good idea. You know what I mean? I don't feel like the hassle. Even though I have the right to do so, I don't feel like the hassle of it. The optics of it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like Hitting HJ, hey yo, I'm at the Vegas police station, yo. Somebody come get me, right? So I'm gonna leave that shit. I'm gonna let that shit stay back because it's just not a good idea. Because I suspect that it might be an issue. You know what I mean? So even if you go into another country, I don't give a fuck if it's alcohol. Leave that shit be. Leave that shit be. It ain't this. It ain't the hill to die on. Put it like that. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys. 23 in the building. Let me get 23 likes. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. Yeah, y'all gonna be hashtagging free cannon for real. Exactly. I don't want no smoke. Me and my little Hellcat or my 43X, or maybe both of them, they gonna be in a safe. They gonna be declared. I'm gonna do everything that the TSA needs for those. I ain't bringing no fucking rifle. I'm gonna leave that shit home. I can rent that shit at the fucking range. You know what I mean? But, I'm just, I hope free Brittney Griner, man, and free Mark Ponder, but free Brittney Griner, man. Like, I believe that she mistakenly brought it, right? I don't think she did it on purpose. I think she mistakenly bought it. I think it was stupid that she didn't check her bags beforehand, right? But I think she mistakenly bought it, without paying attention. I'll say that. Do I think that 9 years is harsh? In American standards, yeah, 9 years is fucking harsh for some weed oil. But she ain't in America. She not in America. She in Russia. And everything about Russia just makes you think that everything in Russia is just hard. Everything in Russia is just hard. But like my man Andrew Esquire, Legal Mindset, says, she fucked around and found out. And some people don't feel bad for it. They're like, yo, she kept saying she hate America. She hate America. This and that. Shit about the Constitution. She kept just going on about America, and then she just found out that America ain't so bad. America wasn't so bad compared to Russia. I bet she's sitting back thinking like, what the fuck? And like I said, I don't think Joe Nichols can give two shits. Because like I said, they spent 4 years telling you that the man that had your best interest at heart was a bad man. And that the real racist, the real bigot, the real kid toucher, and all that other shit, he was the one coming to save America. And they done rickrolled the shit out of all y'all. What's up, Kayak Dog? He says, disagree, Ken. I think she didn't read the room. Took a chance at the wrong time. Hey, Kayak Dog. Maybe she got arrogant and she was like, shit, I'm a goddamn national treasure over there. You might have a point. But I want to be optimistic and hope that she wasn't dumb enough to do no shit like that. But I could be wrong. But anyway, this is Cannon Hotep, guys, saying stay safe, stay well, stay strapped, know the laws of the countries you're traveling to, know where your embassy is, make sure you're not carrying some shit that you should not be carrying to another country. And free Brittney Griner. I holler at you.